Amanda and Hannah had to drop me off in Warsaw earlier today to pick up one of our cars that was getting worked on at the mechanic shop. And as I was driving south back towards Fillmore along Route 19, winding my way through the Wyoming County countryside and Allegheny County countryside, I was thinking a lot about this story in Luke 17. We find Jesus also making his way south along this borderland road. He's moving from the Galilee south towards Jerusalem. And he's following this borderland road that's kind of like Route 19. It passes through a lot of different regions and passes through lots of different villages and towns with different sorts of people. And as he's approaching one of these villages, he's met on the road by 10 men who have leprosy. They have this horrible skin condition and they're suffering. And they ask Jesus to help them. And he instructs them to go and show themselves to the priests, which would have been the legal way of being allowed to go back into society. They were isolated from society in their condition. And as each of these 10 men went, as they were obedient to what the Lord asked them to do, they realized that as they're walking, that they're healed. They've been healed. They've been cleansed from leprosy. But only one of these 10 men turned around and ran back to find Jesus still walking along that borderland road. And it says that he was praising God in a loud voice, and he threw himself at Jesus' feet and thanked him for what he had done. The scripture also notes here that this man, unlike the other 9, was a Samaritan man. He was a foreigner, an outsider. Jesus himself notes this, and he says, "Has no one returned to give praise to God except this foreigner?" And then he kneels down to this Samaritan man who's worshiping at his feet, and he says, "Rise and go. Your faith has made you well." I love the way that the King James translates this last verse. It says that your faith has made you whole. Each of those 10 men were obedient to Jesus' commands, and their obedience to Jesus brought about cleansing and healing. But it was the faith of this one Samaritan man that brought about wholeness. Jesus is still doing this today. He still meets us along these borderland roads and offers us healing and wholeness. Whether we are insiders or outsiders, whether we are citizens or foreigners, Jesus is still inviting us to a faith that makes us whole. And so hear this last verse one more time, where Jesus tells this Samaritan man to get up and go, and that your faith has made you well.